Henry VIII, the infamous King of England, met his demise on January 28, 1547, at the age of 55 after a prolonged and agonizing illness. His life had been marked by excess and indulgence, and his death was a direct result of his own actions. It was not the executioner's axe or the assassin's blade that brought an end to Henry's reign, but his own body's betrayal. He has gorged on rich foods, drunk copious amount of wine, and indulged in lavish spending sprees, all of which had taken a devastating toll on his body. His death marked the end of an era, bringing closer to a tumultuous reign that had witnessed the English Reformation, the execution of two wives, and a series of disastrous foreign wars. Henry's health began to decline in the late 1530s following a jousting accident that left him with a severe lung wound. The injury never fully healed, and he became increasingly reliant on elaborate contraptions and mechanical devices to move around. His once powerful frame gave way to bloated, immobile mass, and his legs became so swollen and painful that he could not even stand. As his physical condition deteriorated, Henry's temper grew shorter and his mood darker. He became increasingly paranoid and isolated, surrounding himself with sycophants and yes-men who dared not speak the truth. His relationships with those around him began to fray, and his court became a hotbed of intrigue and backstabbing. In the months leading up to his death, Henry's condition grew increasingly dire. He was bedridden, unable to move or perform even the simplest tasks. His body was racked by pain and discomfort, and he was forced to rely on a team of doctors and attendants to care for him. The doctors who attended him tried every remedy in their arsenal, from poultices and potions to bloodletting and purging, but nothing seemed to ease his suffering. Henry's suffering was palpable as he lay in his bed, unable to move or escape the pain that racked his body. His legs were so swollen and painful that even the slightest movement caused him excruciating agony. As the days turned into weeks, Henry's condition continued to deteriorate. He became increasingly irritable and paranoid, lashing out at those around him. His courtiers and attendants lived in fear of his temper, never knowing when he would lash out next. Despite his physical limitations, Henry's mind remained sharp and he continued to rule with a fierce determination. But his health woes had taken a devastating toll on his body and he was forced to endure a slow and agonizing death. As the news of his death spread, the court erupted into a frenzy of activity. Nobles and courtiers jostled for positions, seeking to curry favor with the new King Edward VI. Henry's death was a grim reminder that even the most powerful among us are not immune to the ravages of time and excess. But amidst the chaos and intrigue, one thing was clear. Henry's slow and agonizing death marked the end of an era and beginning of a new chapter in English history. Henry's legacy was complex and multifaceted. He had brought about significant changes to English monarchy, establishing the Church of England and strengthening the power of the crown. His slow and agonizing death was a tragic conclusion to a life marked by excess, indulgence, and ultimately devastating consequences. I hope you like this video. Please like this video, share with others, subscribe to our channel to get more informative videos like this. Thanks for watching.